Hey everyone, it's James here, and I just really wanted to make a video about this because just last night I've seen my first show in over a year. Let's talk about this. Now, the last show I went to was Alice Cooper on Valentine's Day last year, and it's been some time since that happened. A good 15 months. In fact, I went to see that show like maybe a few days before I did the top 10 Green Day songs video, so it was like forever ago, and obviously, like the world has gone on since then, for better or for worse. Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic has annihilated all the gigs that I had planned. I had 5 gigs lined up or something like that. I can't quite remember. This show that I'll talk about in a minute, Faith No More, Maiden, I was going to go see with a friend, but they canceled. I was going to go see a solo Tommy Stinson show. And there's something else I can't even remember. The Offspring. I was going to go see The Offspring. And then everything obviously went to shit. Everything got delayed, canceled, all this kind of stuff. We still don't have a new date for The Offspring show. Faith No More got delayed twice. So I was supposed to see him in May of last year. Then it was May of this year. Now it's May of next year. It's pretty ridiculous, but I can't say I don't understand why it's like this. And the thing is, I live in Australia. I know the accent. It's a long story I'll get to sometime later. And we've been handling the pandemic decently well. Not as good as some other countries. Like New Zealand still kicks our ass, but it could be worse. Even though it was a little touch and go at times. And so, for instance, like I saw like in New Zealand, like Crowded House did some big arena shows. I like the Wiggles did a bit of a tour in some arenas and stuff. I didn't know about any restrictions there were, but I know they happened. And with this show, it wasn't an arena show. It was just like a small club show. But even then, there were some guidelines we all had to follow. 1, no moshing. 2, no crowd surfing. And 3, the place was only under 30% capacity, and it wasn't that big of a place to begin with. Like, I've been there before. It's a good venue. I saw The Damned, and I saw CJ Ramone there as well. It's a place called the Croxton Band Room. It's a good place. I like that venue, but it's not a big place though. That's like where small punk bands play and shit. So that goes to show like the kind of restrictions they have right now. And the band I saw was a band called The Chats. If you don't know them, I'll play some clips right now.
I wanna go out and fill my gob, but I don't have a fucking job. I've got that crap, it looks like crap. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good puppy.
A little gimmicky, sure, but they're really fun and they put on a great show. So I would recommend seeing them if you're able to. And originally I was supposed to see them on the 15th, but my show got bumped up to the 16th. And that's because they're originally supposed to play one date, but but they're playing like 3 dates just so they can fit all the people who bought tickets into a place at once, so they got to play extra shows for probably like the same amount of money, which really sucks for the bands. And also another thing we had to do, we had to bring a mask. We weren't told to wear them yet. Masks haven't really been a thing in Australia since, I don't know, like a few months ago, where a lot of the restrictions were lifted. You still gotta wear them in some places, but not like pretty much everywhere. And so I did have to bring a mask, but I never wore it. It was just in my pocket the whole time, so it wasn't a huge deal. Also, something else with this show is that there is no cloakroom, which really sucks because I couldn't bring a bag or whatever, so it was bullshit. I had to stuff everything I had into my pants. But, and I came in a hoodie because I had no choice because it was raining the other day and I'm not going to go in just a shirt. So I got a hoodie and I couldn't put it anywhere, so I just tied it around my waist. I don't think you're allowed to use cash either, which wasn't a big deal for me. I don't use cash anymore anyway, but still, that was something else that was on the table. The opening band was a group called Clam, and they were really good. I enjoyed them. I even bought a shirt. And I also bought a Chat shirt, and I bought more drinks than I usually would because, live music is coming back step by step, and I really want to do what I can to try and support it. Because, these bands are struggling at the time, because especially if you're a working musician, professional musician, you weren't making much money to begin with. And ever since COVID came about, a lot of people broke and stuff. It sucks. So I'm trying my best. It's not much, but I'm trying my best to really help these bands get through. And again, I also bought a decent amount of drinks to support the venue. because, you know, it's a small venue, and it's something that can really help. And I also bought a lot of drinks because, you know, and the chats were great as expected. They put on a blistering set. They even brought a guy from the audience to sing a song, one of their songs called The Clap, which is really fucking fun. And yeah, they put on a great show, and I have no real complaints. It was a really great fun time out, and it reminded me of what I had missed. You know, I loved the loud volume, the loud drums, the loud everything, just the vibe of live music. I've missed so much. I used to go to gigs at least a couple times at least like maybe once every few months if I was lucky. Something else to look forward to. But, you know, with COVID and stuff, you know, everything went to shit, which it sucks, but I understand why it has to be. You know, it's just, fuck. In fact, I'll even show some of the shirts I bought. This was the Clam shirt with Clam with 2 M's. I'd recommend checking them out. They're really good. Do what you can to support live music, especially at this time, like I said before. So I bought a shirt, even though if it was another time, I probably wouldn't have, just to try and save money, but I did anyway, because they probably used up cash more than I could. And I bought this Chat shirt. I love it so much, and the guy's got he's got bloodshot eyes, and he's got a beer, which is a big part of the band's gimmick, just a bunch of drunk bogans playing loud punk rock music, which is really great. And they put on a great show. I know they're touring still around Australia and stuff like that. I think they're going to Europe at some point. So if you can see them, I highly recommend it. They put on a great show, and they're blistering live, and it was such a good time. In fact, a main reason why I actually wanted to see him was I was already aware of him. Like when I saw CJ Ramone, they opened a few shows for him, and I got the VIP treatment, so you know we could talk to him for a bit, and he could not stop gushing about them. So if you're still a bit iffy about this band, hey, they got the Ramone seal of approval, so that should be enough for you to at least give them a shot. The show was just last night, and even though today I'm a bit worse for wear, I still wanted to record this video now, just because all the memories are still vibrant in my head. I didn't want to give it a few days, so I'm recording it now, even though my neck is killing me. I had a really bad headache when I woke up, but I just took some medication. I was fine. I drank probably too much. I still feel a bit groggy. I'm not hungover, but I don't feel great. But if any band comes around and you're in a country that has the virus somewhat under control and there's no real risks if you go, I would highly recommend it, because these artists really need your support right now. So just do it, have some fun, buy a decent amount of drinks if it's like a small club, because they could definitely use the cash. Buy a shirt, buy some merch, and also wear a mask if it's recommended, because trust me, the scientists know more than you do. So yeah, wash your hands, social distance, get vaccinated if you can, do everything just so we can get back to some sense of normalcy. We're getting there, but the finish line is still a bit away. We're on the home stretch, boys. We're almost there. Come on, we gotta do it. Let's go. This is a picture of me after the show. I look a bit worse for wear. And also here's a picture of the stage, so you can kind of see it wasn't a huge place. Yeah, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Click some links on screen for more videos. Stay safe, do what you need to do, and take it easy, party people.